Once our setup is properly configured, we can move towards the TSPL configuration. The TSPL configuration, you will see these three main graphs, and the temperature calibration, the reader sensitivity calibration, which is also called approach piezo curve, and the level plane. Right now you can see that our cantilever is far away from the surface. Usually when we change our cantilever, we lift them up by 2 millimeters. So in order to make this procedure faster, I want to approach slowly the surface. So I can move down by 1000 microns, which is 1 millimeter along the Z. And then in order to avoid crushing the tip, I gently approach by 250 microns again until I start seeing the shape of the cantilever. Now I can see something a little bit more similar to a cantilever, so let's move down again by 100, and we see that finally start seeing the cantilever, and at this point we can already start the configuration just to save some time. When we press the button play here, all these three steps of the configuration are going to be executed. So we will see that it takes quite a short amount of time to do the temperature calibration, the IV curve, which is a common test that we do to check that the cantilever is okay. Then for the approach curve, it takes a little bit longer because the piezo has to extend and then retract by small steps. That's also why we want to be as close as possible to the surface when running this procedure without actually hurting or crushing the tip. And finally we calculate the level plane to take that into account when we do the TSPL. So we consider the slope of our sample. So by pressing play here, we can quickly do this configuration. You see it takes around 1 minute, and then after this is green, we can move towards the session. Actually, if we haven't imported geometry, we should move to the geometry first, but in the session then we are already good for patterning. And in the next videos we will see more into details these three graphs, more specifically the IV curve, the approach piezo curve, and the sample level plane. I will give you a brief explanation how these curves are used, why they're useful, and which information we can get out of this.